I know what you're thinking. Who would buy another one of those pieces of junk? This guy. Check it out. Limited. It's a 2000. It's got the notoriously crappy 4.7 liter V8. No dents. No smashes. No broken windows. I had to throw a little battery in it, but look, the interior is like you would expect for a 254,000 mile Jeep. Still got the stock radio. Heated seats. What? Sunroof? What? Really? Hell yeah. The best part about this was the price. I could not pass it up. Basically, I was looking for a parts Jeep to get my my black one running. I just need a body control module, and I was going to take a steering column out of it and put it in mine. But I threw a battery in it. Supposedly, it has a blown head gasket. But when I pull the dipstick, it reads, the oil level reads really high, which means something is in the oil. But I don't think it's coolant or water. It's got plenty of coolant in the radiator, and it doesn't look oily or nothing. I took the oil cap off of it. There's no white frothy, goodness in there. I pulled this out. Of course, there's no white frothy goodness in there, but the oil level is really high. Smells like gas, a lot of gas. Guess what? I'm thinking one of these fuel injectors is stuck. Because I put a battery in it, and I turned it on. Ooh, well, where's the key? Right here in my pocket. Check it out. All I did was throw a key in it, and then it starts right up. It runs really, really rough with an engine light. So I've taken the air, I guess you can, this is the air box, but anyway, I took the air filter off of it. I'm going to start pulling spark plugs and see which one of these, you know what? I just ran it with one of these off too. And it still runs. Anyway, I'm going to pull the spark plugs on this thing, and we'll see which one of these fuel injectors is bad, if at all. Could be spark plug that's bad, could be, could be a lot of things. So, but the really, really thin oil, really high, really smells like gas. Really telling me a fuel injector is bad, and it's just pushing fuel into it, and it's not burning it, and it's dropping right down into the oil pan. So anyway, let's get on this. I'll let you know what I find. Well, the first spark plug I pulled out was a little wet, but this is the one that had the wire taken off of it that I took off before I started the video. It's a little wet, so that's to be expected if it wasn't firing, because the wire was off. So I'm going to check the rest out. Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but this spark plug looks like something has been hitting it. See little shiny spots on it? Right there, right there. There's a nice little shiny spot. That's a pretty good gouge in the backside of that. Could be it dropped, what do they call it? Something either sucked into it, or it dropped a valve seat or something like that. But we'll see. It looks like it was burning okay until something made it shine. But we'll see. This was the third spark plug back on the driver's side, which I believe makes that, that would be 1, 3, 5, number 5 cylinder. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to go pull some more. All right. This is either number 7 or number 8, but again, you can see that little shiny thing right there. Something has come in contact with this spark plug. Other than that, it looked like it was running decently, except for that spot right there. See how shiny it is? And you can catch your nail on it. So something went in there and bounced around all of these cylinders. We're gonna have to find out what that is. Things that make you go, Okay, well, I think this is a number 2 cylinder. I think this one here is saturated. It's got lots of gas smell on that one and wet fuel, so that might be our bad injector right there. I'm gonna turn it over and see what's up. What did you see? Did you see anything come out of there? I'll have to check it. Yeah, and that could just be a bad coil too. Yeah, look at that, it's drying up just by sitting out in the air. And again, this one here has shiny spots on it, like something's been in there hitting it. That is odd that almost every spark plug has that. Right there. Yep. Well, let's keep checking. Right, it's Friday afternoon. I finally got home at a decent hour. I'm gonna keep working on this Jeep. So let's hook up that. Or maybe not, I don't know. Oh, this will unlock the car at least. Okay, let's put those keys right there. Okay, so where I left off was this one, but this will not come out of the hole. I have never had one of these so stuck before. I don't know why that shut off like that, but anyway, that's really stuck. So I am going to have to give her some juice or something. Give her some more anger. That's what I ought to do. Okay, let me get some tools out here to play with this, and I'll be right back. In there. I don't care if I break the coil, I've got plenty more. Okay. What are we gonna do? Okay. Man, I don't want to break that plenum. This thing is really in here. Ah, there it goes. I bet it was just rusted in there. Like a squirrel or a rat was up in there. That stinks. Soaking wet. And really bad. The electrode is gone. Smell like gas. But not, it's not as wet as I thought it would be. It is wet. And again, this one's got little shiny spots on it. You can tell this motor's never been into because all of this stuff is intact. Ooh, would you look at that? Rats got to the wires here. That could be a problem. Yeah, check this out. See how they've chewed the wires? You can see the wires exposed right there. Exposed wires. Gonna have to fix that. They've been chewing on these ones too. Got some exposed wire. I don't know what it is about the plastic sheathing that they like to chew on. I didn't look at these ones. These ones are okay over here, I think. Yeah, there's no chewing on any of those. But there sure is right here. Chew, 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 chew. And those ones are good back there. They sure don't give you a lot of room to work, that's for sure. Hopefully, maybe if I can just rewrap these instead of, come on, man. Just add a little bit of length to these wires, please. No, we don't want you working on them. Yeah, I might have to cut that back, get in there a little bit, then I'll tape them up. Maybe shrink wrap it, who knows. All right, back to work. Bad mice, rats, squirrels, whatever, bad. Shit. I have never had any of these 4.7s have those stuck in there like that. Never. I've had Fords stuck in the holes and you have to destroy the coil to get it out. But not these ones. Oh, there it goes. Alright, upsy daisy, come to Papa. Ugh, okay. Very rusty. Mouse poop. The same, it's just kind of charcoaly black, but with shiny bits. What are those shiny bits? I can see without squinting. Look at the bottom of this one. See how it is, I don't know, like something metal was grinding all along the bottom. With all these little tiny little metal flakes embedded in here. And some of them will wipe off. Weird. Give me some room to work. Why do you gotta have all this stuff in the way? Can't get your fingers in there. Can't do nothing. I guess it's just long-winded. Okay, number 8. It's a little bit worn out, like a lot wore out, but, and, you know, it's kind of crusty. But look at that electrode, it's all slanted. So it needs to be replaced, for sure. They all need to be replaced, but so far I don't see anything screaming I'm soaking wet enough to fill the freaking crankcase full of gasoline. Look, when I pull this thing out, I can do this with one hand. Look how high it is. I mean, it's all the way up to here, which is way high. It's kind of milky, but smells horribly of gas. So I'm pretty sure that that's gas inside the crankcase. I don't know how it got there. So I'm gonna have to pull the common rail off and get these injectors out and take a look at them, I guess. Weird. I don't think I'm going to run this engine anymore. I ran it to turn the Jeep around, and long enough to turn this Jeep around, which probably wasn't good for this engine. But supposedly it was a bad engine anyway, so I don't know. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Okay. I doubt this thing's ever had any fuel injection work on it. It's not too hard to get that common rail off of there. So I have not started this thing today. I wonder if I find, I think it's on the back side of this rail. All right, where's my Schrader valve? Normally they have a Schrader valve. Where's this one at? Here's my fuel line. I forgot. I know this thing has a Schrader valve. I just forgot where it is. I done forgetted. You know what? This does not have a Schrader valve on it. At least not that I can see, since it's all covered up with wires. Well, I guess if I pull the stinking fuel inlet, okay, so if it pops, it's still got fuel pressure. If it does not, then we have a leaky stuck open fuel injector somewhere. Let's give that a try. Hold on, let me put you up here. There it goes. Oh, she had fuel pressure. Huh. Weird. Well, she's holding fuel pressure. How did gas get into the oil? Come on, guys, let me know. How did all that fuel get into the oil? If I'm still if I still have rail pressure, when I take that off, it tells me that the injectors are not leaking. That's what I'm assuming. The only way that I know that fuel is pouring into a crankcase like that is an injector stuck open and it just flooding it with fuel. But I mean, that thing's really full, really full. I mean, it's going to be like 2 or 3 quarts of fuel in there, not just a little bit. Okay, well, I'm going to drain the oil and look at the oil and see if there's how much gas is in it. All right, we'll be back after these commercial messages. All right, drain the oil out, and that does look like water. It could be coolant. Yeah. Yep. God, it's real heavy gas smell though. Very thin. But the little water droplets right down in here, that tells me there's probably water in it. And when I opened the plug, there was definitely some rusty water coming out of there, or what looked like rusty water. So this may just well have a cracked head or a blown head gasket. I'm probably leaning towards a cracked head more than a blown head gasket, because it didn't show on any of the spark plugs. All the spark plugs were, you know how sometimes you get a blown head gasket and it cleans up that spark plug real well. But well, maybe just for kicks and giggles, I will give it a compression test, and we'll see if there's a low cylinder or anything. But that's definitely not a good sign there, and that's a lot. That's like probably 2 or 3 quarts more oil volume right there than it should have. These are not fun. Not fun at all to do head gaskets on. Look at that. I mean, everything's got to come off. And then this wiring harness, it don't move. I mean, there's no movement in that. These are all in the way. You can't move them, can't disconnect them unless you don't want your AC to work. They don't move. They don't hardly move at all. A couple inches maybe. So my hopes have been crushed. I thought maybe I can just throw some injectors in this and run it for a few more thousand miles. But nope, doesn't look like it. And I'm going to dig into it more, and I'll get you updated later. All right. Okay. Not a simple fix as I was going to hope. And so now I figured out what those little shiny little flakes are that were on the mostly all the spark plugs. I'm sure it was stop leak, the old kind of stop leak that has the little copper flakes in it. I'm thinking that's what those flakes are. So these heads are going to have to come off. Yep, and those little flakes are right on here too. The same copper looking shiny little flakes. So that's just straight coolant there, but nothing really in it. But I'm sure that got to just pull it apart. If it's a 4.7, it's got to come apart. That's a rule of thumb. Once a year. Head gaskets. Once a year. Something like that. I don't know if I want to start pulling this thing apart right now. This is not where, if it was going to be an easy fix, I would continue to work on this. But head gaskets, I need to switch gears and go do something else. I do have the pump relay out and the fuse out, so the pump cannot pump even if somebody comes in and accidentally turns the key on. Yeah, what a disappointment. I thought it was going to be easy. Well, not when I bought it. When I bought it, I was thinking, it was going to need an engine. And I have one. A good, nice running engine. With new main bearings, new rod bearings. I put those in when it was like 180,000 miles or something like that. I got it out of a pickup truck. And before I put it in that Jeep, I flipped it over and put new rods and mains in it. Because that's a problem for these things. As well as the head gaskets and the valve lash adjusters and pretty much everything. It's pretty much a dog motor. But the devil you know is better than the devil you don't. So I know what's wrong with these. I know how to fix them. So I'm most likely, I don't know. I'm going to pull the heads off of this and see if they're cracked. If they're cracked, then I'll just put the other engine in. If they're not cracked and it's just head gasket issue, I'll just put head gaskets on this engine since it's easier and put it back together. If the heads are cracked, it'll just make it easier for me to pull the engine out without the heads on, because then you can get back there and get to the bolts. How are you getting those bolts? Yeah, it's tough. It's real tough. I've done it. It takes a weekend just to pull the engine out. At least it did the last time I did it. Took me a weekend just to get the engine out. All right. Okay. Anyway, I don't know how to end this one, but we'll see. Okay. I'm going to pump it up, check to see if the cooling system holds any pressure. It seems to be dropping quite rapidly, actually. right. Yeah, she's losing pressure. She's not holding it. Here, let me give you a gander. And then I'll just speed this one up when I edit. Look at that. Pressurizing it makes that leak. That's weird. Anything else leaking? But she's definitely... Yay, it's leaking. Okay. How crazy is that? Look at that. Makes it stop. That was loose. Well, I'm gonna go eat something. We'll see what that looks like when I come back out. Okay, it's been about 20 minutes and it has lost 2 pounds. So it's not dropping as fast as it was before. I probably should drain the coolant out of it because it's trying to push the coolant through whatever passage it's leaking through, so it'll probably leak slow that way. But if I take the coolant out, it'll blow air much easier through whatever leaking space that it has. And I'm going to need to take the coolant out of it anyway to pop the heads off, so that'll be tomorrow's job. Yeah, she's down to 21. Schumacher. Is there anything dripping? Nothing dripping down here. I should pull that drain plug out. Yeah, keep it full of pressure, and then pull that oil drain plug again and see if there's water in the oil pan. I'll do that tomorrow morning. Wow, what a beautiful day. This is why we live in the Pacific Northwest. You get days like today. Sometimes it just makes it all worth it. Except for those Jeeps. Who would even work on them? Jeez, my grass is so green and nice. Needs to be mowed. That's alright. Yeah, it's all great. Oh, now it's not so great. Anyway, it's the morning time. Last night we left it, I think it was like 22 pounds or something, and now she's down to what, 5, 6, 7, 8 pounds. So she's losing pressure. She's got bad head gasket somewhere or a cracked head. I'm gonna drop the oil plug and see if there's water in the oil pan. All right, here we are under the Jeep. Yesterday we drained the oil. We're gonna see if there's any water that's gonna leak back out of this thing. I thought I'd just loosen that up. All right. All right. There we go. So let's see, any water? Yep. Yeah. Lots of water. Nothing but water. Ugh. Okay, well, we know what we got. Well, I guess we'll just let that drain out. And she just keeps dropping pressure. So, yep, we got a head gasket issue. So let me decide whether I want to take this apart today or switch gears and go ahead and start working on the charger again. Well, no matter what I do, I'll make a separate video of taking all of this apart, putting head gaskets on this thing, if the heads are not cracked or warped. It doesn't look like it was overheated. I think it's just the natural selection of 254,000 miles and it being a Chrysler 4.7. So, peace. Okay, I don't know if you can see those little shiny things down inside there. That means somebody's put a stop leak in this engine, so they knew that it was having a head gasket issue, and then it went out yet again on that guy. And that also explains what those little shiny things are on my spark plugs. One of them does have, looks like it was hit by something pretty good. It didn't close the electrode and the ground together, but something did hit it. But the rest of them are just those little shiny little things. So yeah, this thing's got to come apart. Just to let you know, yeah, shiny. And to think, I bought this thing for a parts car. It's a little too nice. A little too nice to be raping parts from this thing. What do you think? Should it stay a parts car? No, I don't think so. Gonna get it running and then we'll make a decision after that. You guys like, share, and subscribe. Peace out.